What's going on, YouTube gang? It's Melo DFS coming to you live and direct, here to give you my favorite plays of DraftKings and FanDuel for today's two-game main slate. Today is Tuesday the 8th. Hope everybody's having an amazing day. Feel free to like the video, please subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon to always stay notified for new videos. Also, if you want access to my player pool, look at the link in the description. Sign up for Draft Dashboard Tools. Let's get right into it, y'all. Going with my first play, going to point guard. We do have Bledsoe here. He is 5,200 on FanDuel, which I like this price tag. Now he's 62 on DraftKings. To me, is more of a cash play. This guy just needs to step it up. Bottom line, you know, knowing that Giannis might be out here now. He re-injured that ankle last game, to where from the news that he had walkthrough activities yesterday. So he was more so stationary yesterday in practice. Something to consider here, as he might sit in this play, but of course, just with the heart that he has, he probably won't give it his all, knowing that, you know, his team has got into overtime to get this W. He's more likely going to suit up, but just the fact that he's more of a liability here, more likely seeing Bledsoe try to step it up in this play here at 5,200. Looking at 30.1 projection play, I like this spot more so with FanDuel than DraftKings. Of course, he's still a valuable spot here. Now going to the next play, got John Rondo. We cashed big with him last go around, but knowing that, man, FanDuel just put that dude 6,200, y'all, and that's ridiculous. But of course, he did damage. He had 28 minutes last game, 41 fantasy points. But I like this play more so on DraftKings. To me, is a steal price tag on DraftKings, in which they got him at around 3,900, which is crazy. Check him out, and to me is a free square in my opinion, knowing what he can do, y'all, and the fact that he's getting the minutes, he's giving you value. So of course, it's more of a cash play on FanDuel, but at 3,900 to me is a lock. Set it, forget it in this play. Of course, you got Dante DiVincenzo, as he's in a great play as well, coming off the bench, and just the fact that he's a great price tag on DraftKings at 3,500 is also another great valuable spot here if Giannis decides to sit, because he gets a bumping usage. So as you can see, he has 16% usage, but 26 minutes, and he had 24 fantasy points. And then this price tag on DraftKings, that's a great value spot to consider if you need to pay down elsewhere in your line. So love this play. Of course, you got Dragic. He's always been a valuable play. 7,200 on both platforms to me is a great spot overall. He'll give you that 30 floor, but give you up to that 40 fantasy point margin. So I like this play for Dragic as well, but I want to give you some value, especially on DraftKings with a few guys. All right, so let's look into our shooting guards. All right, shooting guards, I still like Jimmy Butler. Now he's 8,300 on FanDuel, 85 on DraftKings. He's had a bad game, even though he had 38 minutes, 29 fantasy points. I feel like it's going to be an uptrend here. As you can see, in the past 4 games, he had a 54. Then he dropped down to 33, bounced back to a 48. Then he had a 29 dud. To me, I'm going to go with the narrative with the uptrend to give you that 40+4 floor. And with this price tag, I can see that 45, even 50 fantasy point game. So going back to the well of Jimmy Butler, as he knows they shouldn't have won that match, and he's going to try to definitely shut this team down in this play. So Jimmy Butler is my play in this spot for today. Of course, you got Chris Middleton. Just the fact of what he did, y'all, he had heart, and he's 8K on FanDuel, 86 on DraftKings, knowing that he is that guy on the squad when Giannis is not playing. If Giannis is out, I'm more likely going to just plug in Chris Middleton, but knowing that he has the heart to try to keep this team in the game, you know, and he's 41.2 projection play with a 5.2 value. He could give you that 50, but you know, again, to pay up that price tag. So I like Chris Middleton once again here. Now we got to look into the status with Miami, with their team, you know, with Harrell and Crowder and Olynyk. They're both questionable. Dealing with Harrell, he had that same bruised hip injury from last game, where he's questionable here, to where we want to go down to a Duncan Robinson at 5,300, and he's cheaper on DraftKings at a 4,800. Knowing that he starts, something to consider here. He's 39 minutes last game with 33 fantasy points, but he is real horrible in his fantasy points per minute. As you can see, a 0.7 per minute on the court, but he can give you value if they keep this game close. But we got keeping tabs with Tyler Herro if he's going to sit or not. So Duncan Robinson is a viable play to look into for your lines for today. All right, let's go to our next play, going to our small forwards. Now, small forwards, you got LeBron James. He stepped up like I said he would. You know, luckily I played him other than Giannis last game. And he had 66 fantasy points in 39 minutes. Now, as you can see, his trend also is up down trend. He more likely might hit 50 here. So he had 55, 51, 42, 66 in the last 4 games against Houston. To me, he can still give you that 50 floor here. Is he a 53 projection play? So he still can give you value, but we want guys that can give you that 6 times value. But like LeBron James, obviously here, as he probably not going to take it for granted and keep this train rolling to just shut Houston down for the rest of the series. So LeBron James, still a valuable spot to consider for your lines. 11,100 on FanDuel, 11,200 on DraftKings, but I can still see that 50 floor here for him. Of course, you got Eric Gordon. He's been real consistent, like I said before. He's been just a consistent player for Houston. 5,400 on FanDuel, still a great price tag overall. 59 on DraftKings. He's just, to me, is a great play overall on both platforms. Now, he had 29 last game, 31, 29, 28, 34 in the last 5 games. So he's a great play, great value spot to consider if you need to pay down. And like I said, Jay Crowder is a good play as well if he's going to start. He dealing with that sprained ankle from Sunday's game when he fell, so that he could be dealing with some soreness here, but he's still a viable spot if he's going to play at 5,100. Still see that 20 plus 25 margin. So Jay Crowder, something to consider if he plays. So definitely take that consideration. All right, let's go to our next play. Going to our power forwards. All right, we did see Markieff Morris step it up. All right, now knowing the fact that the coach, you know, he actually sat Dwight Howard. You know, he didn't play. It was coach's decision. There's something weird about that, but he might play today. I'm not sure, but he still wanted a smaller lineup. He put AD at the center spot, and then they have Markieff Morris. You know, he just had the hot hand. So I like this play for Markieff Morris, especially on DraftKings at 3,500. He can give you that. Go up to Bam Adebayo as he 8,500 on FanDuel, 87 on DraftKings. Love this play for him. He's just been on the rise. 54 last game, 48 in the last 2 games, 31, 45, 46 in the last 5. So like Bam here, I just feel like Miami's going to shut Bucks down here. So like Adebayo, Olynyk, like I said before, it had a bruised knee, so not sure he's gonna get the minutes. You know, he's been getting less minutes, around like 10, 12 minutes. So Bam has been that guy here in the front court. So I can see him giving you that 40 plus once again for Miami. All right, and let's go to our last play, going to center. As like I said, they put AD at center on FanDuel, but of course he's power forward and center eligible on DraftKings. But AD is obviously a great play, even on DraftKings, a great spot. He's been real consistent in the series. Just an overall 53, 58, 62, 41, 67 in the last 5 games. So something to consider here at this price tag on DraftKings. I'm more likely going to go with AD on DraftKings than LeBron, just the price tag, but also just again the value to pay down elsewhere. But AD is a valuable play overall, as he gained around 29% usage. He had 36% usage last game, so as you can see, the coach is utilizing him more in the front court and playing smaller lineups. So AD, obviously a great play. Brook Lopez is a great play as well. He's 58 on FanDuel, so you want to pay down. If you feel like you want to go LeBron on FanDuel, then pay down to like a Brook Lopez, especially if Giannis is out. He gets a bump in usage as well, to where, you know, he can give you that 35 mark. He can give you that 35 plus. So 5,800, as you can see, he was an up down trend as well against Miami. 33, 29, bounced back up to 35, down to 29. So I can see that 30 plus. You know, I'm gonna look into that. So like this uptrend for Brook Lopez, especially if Giannis is not in the mix, you need to step it up in a front court. Brook Lopez, something to consider. And then you have PJ Tucker, as they priced him up here, but I like him on DraftKings at 4,900. He is giving you value. So PJ Tucker, you already know, getting the minutes a game. So 34, 35, 39 in the last 3 games. So finally he's stepping it up in the front court for this team. So PJ Tucker is also a valuable play, but I like him more on DraftKings, but I'd rather pay up to like a Brook Lopez on FanDuel. But these are my plays of what I'm looking at for today, y'all. Like the plays, give a thumbs up. Any questions, all you gotta do is comment below or either hit me up on Twitter. As you can see, you get NBA cheat sheet, your sleepers, your studs. Click on the watch players to get access to the player pool. Click on watch Mel's DFS picks button up top for either DraftKings or FanDuel, and you get NHL, you get MLB and NFL coming to you soon, y'all. So love y'all. Y'all collect that bag for today. It's Mel DFS, and y'all stay blessed, and I'll see y'all in the next video.